Welcome everybody to my session. Let's create a no-code chatbot to use in Microsoft Teams. My name is Amanda Sterner. And let's change the slide. Okay, great. So, hi. As I said, my name is Amanda Sterner, and just as it says here, I blog, tweet, and I really like to talk about Microsoft Teams. I am really glad to be speaking here at Teams Fest for the second time. I think this is a fantastic online event, and I'm really glad to be here once again. So I'm a Microsoft MVP in Office Apps and Services, and I'm working as a consultant at a Swedish consultancy firm called Abega Group, where I work with basically everything Microsoft Teams and Office 365 that isn't code. And now you might think, aha, but that becomes very soon. You can find me at Twitter under Amanda S. Sterner and on my blog, amandasterner.com. So let's get started. Before I get into the agenda and the background for this, I just wanted to give you the context of my session so we're everybody on the same page. And I would like to say that I'm 100% excited about new tech. I think it's fun. I like trying new things. I like to see how tech can help us in our everyday with different kinds of things. I'm a 100% trying, failing, trying again kind of person. I'm the kind of person that I don't like to think too much before I do. I just do, and I repeat until I succeed. And then we have the last thing here, coding and stuff, 5%. So I am not a developer, but when I heard this amazing opportunity that we could do no-code chatbots, I said, wow, this is for me. So this will not be a super duper deep dive. This will be how to create a no-code chatbot for people like me that aren't a very codey kind of person. So now I hope that I think that you have the context. Let's move on. And what will I talk about today? Well, I will show you Microsoft Power Virtual Agents. And I would say that it would be around 2% talking, and the rest of it will just be live demos. So cross your fingers for everything to work with my demos. Okay. Why should you do this? So why should you build a chatbot? What's the purpose? What's the gain for us? So chatbots are great at simple repetitive tasks. They can help us with a lot of things. For example, they can help us save money. So by automating repetitive tasks, we can free up time for our employees to do other things so that we can spend their time in a much better way. We can also make our customers happy, and customers could be just both the people working in our company and the people that's using our services. So we can make them happier by providing a chatbot that's there 100%. The chatbot is there day and night, 24/7. The chatbot doesn't need to sleep or eat lunch. So 100% availability. You can also make it easier to find the information you need. And what I mean with that is the chatbot can both guide us in finding the specific information that we're looking for, and the chatbot can also help us to find information from another context. So the chatbot will just fetch the information and we don't have to switch out of the context. So those are some of the good things with chatbots. And who can do this? So what's the prerequisites for the thing I will show you today? So I will, in the next slide, talk a little bit about the licensing costs for Power Virtual Agents, but let's assume that you have them, that's already fixed. Then for what I will show you, you need to be able to add custom apps inside Microsoft Teams. And I will also add my fantastic little chatbot into the left side navigation in Microsoft Teams. So to be able to do that, you have to be a Teams admin. So that's the prerequisites. But the boring part. So what does it cost? So there is a free trial available for Power Virtual Agents. I think the first is 3 months, and then you can prolong it to 1 month. But after that, it costs $1,000 US a month per tenant. So for a small tenant like my tenant that has 1 user, it's quite a hefty amount. But for a large organization, this is just no money at all. So at the moment, there's only 1 licensing model, and that's $1,000 a month. Okay, so that was all the background. Now it's very, very soon time to actually start doing the demo. But I thought it would be a lot easier for you and for me to know what I'm actually trying to achieve. So I'm going to show you here my goal of the bot, what I want my bot to do, and what I would like to achieve. So you know the situation we have in our society right now. I read somewhere on Twitter that the Corona COVID, it's like Fight Club. We don't talk about it, but you know it's there and it's affecting all of us. So I got the great idea to create a chatbot that can help us with all of those repetitive questions about Corona, such as what should I do when I get sick? Maybe you want some advice for working from home, etc. So now I would like to show you when I'm creating my friendly Corona bot that is helping everybody in my tenant with the commonly asked questions. And I'm also going to add my Corona bot as an app in the left side navigation in Microsoft Teams. So it's always there and people will always see it. They don't have to look for my bot. But that's about it. Now we're actually gonna start doing things. Okay, let me just fetch my window. And here it is. Here we have Power Virtual Agents. And here I have my nice bot called Corey the bot. I will not create a bot from 100% scratch because I thought I had to do some TV cooking before and prep some things, so I don't have to have too much of the standard things. But if you click the little bot in the corner here, you will have the option to create more bots, and you can toggle between all of your different bots. And I think this button is a little bit hidden. It took me some time to find it, but now I have a lot of nice bots. So this is what we get, and we're first presented with this get started. And we could basically say that there are 3 different steps for working with a bot. We have author topics, publisher bot, and monitor performance. So it's really easy, and Microsoft is really helping us with into understanding what we should do. And I'm gonna start with customizing your greeting. So let's click that button. And here we have, so this is the greeting, and this is what is called topic. I will show you a topic from start very soon, but the greeting is something that's created, so we have that from out of the box. A lot of trigger phrases is added, and then we can just add our nice greeting. So as you can see here, I actually added 2 messages. It says, "Hi, I'm Corey, the friendly Corona bot, and I'm here to help you with everything related to Corona. So ask me a question." To add something new, you just click the plus sign, and you can add a question. You can add call to action. And call to action, I will not show you that. That is for those of you that are more coding interested, and that's there you can connect it to Power Automate and Flow and make your bots a lot smarter. But now I will skip that. We can also show a message and go to another topic and end the conversation. So let's just add a little message here before we continue. So ask me about working from home. Okay, so that's we want that could be added to our message. So let us save that. And it's saved. And something that's nice and really helpful here is that we can always test our bot at any time that we want. So let's click this called Test Your Bot. And we will say hi, because that's a nice message. And here we said Core is answering. It's saying all of our different messages. We can follow along here and say that it worked, it worked, it worked. But that's pretty boring. So let's add some more interesting things so Corey can do more things. I'm going to close this one and I'm going to go over to topics. And the first time that I used Power Virtual Agents, I was trying to understand how everything worked. So I actually added all of my bot interactions into the greeting. And it was 100% based on me, the bot asking questions and me answering them. So that was a really, really boring bot. And now I learned to make it a little bit more funny. So, okay, so topics. So what is a topic? Well, a topic is, well, basically what it sounds like. It's a way of dividing your information so that you as the builder of the bot understands the context or what this specific topic is about. So you don't have everything scattered all over. Up here we have called new topic, and then we have suggested topics. And I just wanted to show you this. It says here you had 28 new topic suggestions. So what I did here is actually, let's click it. I actually added a link to the Wikipedia page about COVID-19. And then after some time, I get a lot of suggested topics. And well, I'm not sure that they were 100% good, but if you have a lot of information on your internet, for example, you could add the link, suggested topic, and speed up things. But let's get back to existing, and I'm going to create a new one. And as you can see here, I have already created 4 different topics. Those are mine with different kinds of input. We will have a little look afterwards, but now let's create a new one. So this is what we first get. You can give it a name, the topic. You will add a description, and you could either give it a lot of different trigger phrases, or you could connect the different topics between each other. But I want to add some trigger phrases, and then I want to add a name. So let's name it Corona 5. And I thought, why not add a new topic for sick leave policies? Okay, great. And for now, I will only add 1 trigger phrase, but the suggestion here is try to start with 5 to 10 different ones, but I mean, you can always add things afterwards. So sick leave, add, and go to authoring canvas. And that's the name of this place where we add all things. Okay, but before I add anything to my sick leave policy topic, I'm going to move over to this thing called entities. Let's click here, and entities is also a way of grouping information, or to make the information. We give our users something that we want them to put in, and then the bot can understand what kind of information that is. So for example, if we're going to use something quite often, an entity would be perfect. So for my sick leave policy, I want to create an entity for departments. I want us always to be able to find the different departments we have at Amanda Corp, and they will not only be used in my sick leave policy topic. So let's call it department, and we will have department A, and we will have department B, and we will save it. Okay, now we have a new entity with the department. Let's close it and get back to topics and start adding some things to the sick leave policy topic. Click it, authoring canvas. And as you can see here, I actually get quite the feedback if something's not working. So that is something that I enjoy with Power Virtual Agent. It's always easy to understand if things aren't working. So I'm going to actually remove my message, and I'm going to click a plus and say, I want to ask a question. So let's start with, what department do you belong to? And of course, it's always hard to write and talk at the same time. And here we can identify, and this is where we will find our entities. So I'm going to search for it, department, and click the select options for users. Okay, so now we will ask a question to the user. So what department do you belong to? Department A or Department B? Perfect. What we want to do then is give our users different information based on if they belong to Department A or Department B, because for some reason they have different sick leave policies. Then we will click our plus sign again, and we will add a condition. And here for the first condition, we will click the variable, and it's only called var now at the moment. So if the condition is equal to Department A, something will happen. And if we look at this, now I only have 2 examples here, so it's not super a lot of conditions, but you could have a lot more, which I will show you quickly in another topic. So here, this will happen for Department A, and this will happen for Department B. And let's show a message. Hi, here's link to sick leave policy. And a link, I will not add a link now, but let's copy paste the same information and show a message here as well, because they will basically be the exact same information, but only 2 links. So let's just save before we continue and actually have a quick test run of if it works. So what were my trigger words? I think we said sick leave, if I don't remember wrong. Let's see if it works. Yeah, okay, so what department do you belong to? Well, I belong to Department A. Okay, here's the link to the sick leave policy. Perfect. It works. Great. Now I can recall that I have a topic that is talking about other sick things, such as sick symptoms, etc. So maybe I want to connect that topic into my sick leave policy topic, just so everything is connected in a nice way. So I will close the testing bot. I will click topics, and I'm going to move over to this one called sick. And as you can see here, we have a few trigger phrases, and we have the name and the description. And let's open the authoring canvas. And if we click this little thing called the minimap, we can see what different components are in this policy. So let's see, scroll down here. It asks, are you feeling sick? Are you having any of these symptoms? And then we have a simple yes or no. And here it is actually linking to our sick leave policy, but I know that we have 2 different sick leave policies now based on department. So let's close the map and let's see if we can release it. Yep, we could. And we will click the plus sign and we will connect this to another topic. So, oh, did I click it? No, yep. So here it is, and we will connect this one to Corona 5 sick leave policies. So if the user says I'm sick, then we will connect it there. Oh, we actually have to remove this old one, delete it. So if the user says that they're sick, then we will go into our other policy where it asks what department are you part of, so we can provide them the correct sick leave policy. Okay, so I think that was a short showing of inside Power Virtual Agents. The last thing that I want to show you here is before we start adding it into Microsoft Teams is just how do we end the conversation if we want to. And as I can see, we already have one here. So if the user in this topic would say that, no, I'm not feeling sick, we're saying fine. And then if we click the plus, we have this one called end conversation that it's not showing up because I already added it. So let's delete it and add it again. And here we could either end with survey, that's out of the box, and we could also transfer to agents, which will in some way connect it into Dynamics 365, but I have not tried that. So that's what you can do. Okay, and both of these topics that I've been showing you, they are quite short, they're not super complex, and the only thing you need here is time and imagination. So let's get back to our home screen and talk about publishing our bot. So as I said here, we get a lot of helpful information on the steps. So we have authored our topics and publish our bot. So I'm going to go to publish. And then you click publish. And we will publish. And the latest content for my fantastic bot has been published. And then it's time to configure channels. So this is where we decide where we should add the bot. And there are a lot of different ones, as you could see. But for this example, as it's Teams Fest, I will show you for Microsoft Teams. So let's click Microsoft Teams. And here, the first time we open this place, we will have to get a new app ID. So you click the button and you'll get it, and we just copy it. This isn't the kind of secret ID that you will have to copy once and save it because it will never be showed again. The ID will always be here, so I find it quite easy to find it afterwards. So I'm gonna copy it. Okay, and we can close it. And now it's time to move into Microsoft Teams. So let's open it, and here you are. So what you do now inside Microsoft Teams is that you open something called App Studio. So if I'm opening the App Store and I will search for it, it's the App Studio Developers tool, I already have it here. I have added it in my left side navigation, and this is it. So you open the manifest editor, and here, as you can see, I already have a few different bots. We have my friendly bot, we have a little bot, and we have Cory the Corona bot. So for this purpose, I'm just going to show you inside my friendly bot to show you how it looks. And first of all, you have to fill in all of the app details, and all of the mandatory ones are marked with an asterisk. Should be quite simple. And if you have anything that's not working, you will get a message about it, error message. So you should be able to proceed here. I've added some fun emoji images, and I made one to the PNG, so you can add it nicely here in the left side navigation. But once all of the app details are filled in, it's time to add a bot. So then we have step 2 here, which is called capabilities. And I'm going to click bot, and here we will set it up. So click set up, and this is an existing bot, as we already built the bot in Power Virtual Agents. I'm going to paste my app ID, and the scope will be personal, and then it's time to save it. So here it is. Here we have our bot that's added. So the step after that is to test and distribute. So what they recommend here is to install the bot for testing purposes and then push it out to everyone. But for this purpose, I will just go ahead and do it directly, as it's more fun that way. So click download, and our bot will be downloaded with all of the information here. Then it's time to upload our little bot. So let's get back to the App Store. And here in the bottom, you have upload a custom app. So you could either upload for yourself, or you can upload for your tenant. And now my tenant is called my name, so that's not super duper clear, but if you can't see the option here to upload for tenant, you don't have the permissions, and then you can't do this. But let's add it for the Amanda Standard tenant. And I will go to my downloads. I will click my friendly bot, and it's thinking, and it's uploading. So here we have our bot. Now it's added. You can add it to everyone, but I told you in the beginning that I really want this bot to be there from the beginning, so people don't have to look for it. We don't have to do a super large campaign on how to find our new helpful Corona bot. So I will just add it. So for that purpose, let's get back into the browser and go into the Teams Admin Center. And what I will do is just go to the Teams apps policies. So I'm going to click it and set up policies. And I actually want everyone to see my Cory Corona bot. So I'm going to do it for the global one. And here I already added Cory because it takes quite some time for Cory to, or not super long, but too long for this session's time limit. So I added Cory, but to add a new one, you just click add, you search, add, whoopee. And there it is. So for the last portion of this, I'm going to show you another user in my tenant and just a little bit on our interacting with Cory. So Boop, boop, boop. So here we're in Teams for another user, and I'm already using Corey. And something that's in normal cases would be annoying, but for this time it's perfect, is that the first time you interact with the bot, or the first time it's added in your in Microsoft Teams here, it will send its hello message. But for this purpose, I think it's perfect, because then everybody will know that Corey is added and he's there ready to help. But yep, so here we have him in the left side navigation. He has this nice little germ icon. The name, we can see that it's Corey the bot that's writing. Recently, I mean, this has only been available for, I think, 4 months, 5 months. Before, you couldn't even see the name, so it didn't say Corey the bot, it said a weird number, but now we know it's Corey. So let's do some interacting with Corey. So we're going to be friendly and start with hi. Yeah, okay, so he's saying the same things, but as I said, he asked me about working from home. Oh, interesting. So I'm interested in working from home. Okay, he's thinking. Come on, Corey. Oh, now he is case sensitive. So let's try like this instead. So you're interested in working from home. What do you want to hear about more about? What do you care about? Well, I'm really interested in entertainment in the bricks, because everybody needs some entertainment. Oh, the link to IMDb top 250 movies. That's really nice. Let's try something else. Let's see. I think we could write screen, and I think he will give us some tips about screens. Oh, setting up your home office. What do you want to know? Well, about screens, just what I said. Oh, I would love to have a big screen. Here's my dream one and a link. So as you could see, with really simple measurements, we could set up a really nice interactive bot that can help us with all the things we need help with. So if we're just trying the one I created before, sick leave, I think was the phrase. Yeah, so what department do you belong to? I belong to Department A. Here's the link that's not added. So really easy to add different things and to automate these questions that we're getting on a daily basis. So for the last portion, I would just like to get back here, go into the home, and just briefly talk about monitor performance. So I will go to analytics. And the people using Corey, the friendly Corona bot, is not a lot of different people, but when we have more users, people are interacting more, we can go in here into the analytics and get an easy overview about what different topics are people using, and if the issues are being solved, etc. We also have this customer satisfaction, so we could ask the people using the bot to grade the answer after every answer. So a lot of different things for us to understand how the bot is being used and how we could improve how the bot is being used. So that was actually it for me. So let me pick up my presentation again, and I want to show you this last slide. So what did I briefly show you during this session? Well, we created a bot in Power Virtual Agents to answer commonly asked questions, and in this scenario it was about Corona. It could be anything that we know will be there a lot of time for our users. And we did this by the use of topics, to divide our information into different interest areas, and we did it by using entities. And the entities in this case were departments, but the entities could be anything that's being used a lot in different places. And then we added the bot as an app for everyone in Microsoft Teams, so that Corey would be there helping all the time, every time. So something that I didn't add here that I've had a question about that I thought could be interesting to talk about is that, okay, so now you created a bot on your account. So it's me, Amanda, that's the creator of the bot. And that's correct. At the moment, it isn't possible to share bots. So the bot would be on a specific person when you're creating it and when you're editing it. So at the moment, it would probably be better to use the shared account. But according to the Microsoft user voice for this, they have it on their roadmap somewhere. And when you want to do updates, you just republish your bot in the Power Virtual Agents, and as the app ID is the same, those changes will be published into the bot inside Microsoft Teams. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for listening. Do you have any questions? I will be here for a few more minutes, and otherwise, thank you very much. Please rate my session and stay for the rest of Teams Fest. Thank you.